Russian shelling on Thursday cut off power in the recently liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson just days after it was restored, causing locals to flee the area for safety. Ukraine's presidential office said Thursday that at least 2 civilians were killed and 6 others were wounded nationwide by the latest Russian shelling. A 70-year-old woman was killed in her apartment and a 64-year-old man was wounded on the street. "79-year-old Liudmyla Biloshysta said she had decided to leave Kherson and join her children in Kyiv out of fear that the situation in her city would only get worse.
The strike was so massive. Our house even started to shake. That's why we need to leave. Those bombardments make me so scared. I was a child of war, and now I'm a granny of wartime."
Підтвердили акт проголошення незалежності України.
People confirmed the act of independence of Ukraine, freely and legally. It was a fair referendum, and that is why it was recognized by the world. And it was important that not just politicians, but people put an end to the history of the empire, which was built on the denial of the will of people. Our desire to live freely, which was expressed on August 24 and confirmed on December 1, cannot be broken. Ukrainians will never be stones of some empires again. We have already won it, and will ensure full independence for our state. We will ensure, in particular, spiritual independence. We will never allow anyone to build an empire inside the Ukrainian soil.
With Ukraine racing to keep communication lines open in wartime, the country's phone operators have mobilized more than usual to help people stay in touch, including by revving up generators to power mobile towers after Russian strikes took out the electricity they usually run on. Telecom engineers who might go unsung in peacetime have had an outsized role in Ukraine after Russia's invasion, often working around the clock to maintain or restore phone service or braving dangers like minefields to keep towers on, so both policymakers and the public can stay in touch. It's one of many Ukrainian towns with intermittent power or none at all in the wake of 2 rounds of devastating Russian strikes in recent weeks targeting the country's infrastructure, power plants in particular. Kyivstar is the largest of Ukraine's 3 main mobile phone companies with some 26 million customers, or the equivalent of about 2/3 of the country's population before Russia's invasion on February 24th drove millions abroad, even if many have since returned.